What is up, my tricksters? Although that doesn't really feel appropriate, to be brutally honest, so forgive me if I'm not feeling very heroic today, guys. Um, it's don't worry, the camera's not gonna be on me for very long, to be honest. Today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch me do the only thing I could think to do to honor my hero, Jason David Frank, who passed away. I decided the best way to honor him was to do a time lapse of some art I created. So we're gonna watch that on the screen, but I wanted you guys to talk to you guys first. I know that this is a Yu-Gi-Oh channel, but you wouldn't have a Ben 10,000 of Yu-Gi-Oh if we didn't have Jason David Frank. The guy was my hero. He was my inspiration to even be a content creator. He always had a message of doing what made you happy or doing what you felt called to do, chasing your dreams. That was a big message he had for a lot of years, and I took that stuff to heart. So I guess we'll go ahead and cut away to that. Okay, so now you should be on the screen, should be a time lapse, and we're going to throw some pictures up there. I just needed y'all to see me for the intro, and the rest of it's just going to be me talking about my hero. I don't know if I will be talking a lot through this time lapse. To be honest, I'm fairly certain that, I'm eventually going to trail off and just let you guys watch the time lapse with some music or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out. That's for editing Brian to figure out. Or editing, but whatever. You guys know my real name anyway. So something you guys should know is Jason David Frank meant a lot to me. He wasn't just the guy from Power Rangers to me. He was my hero. Literally from I had when I was a kid, I had the entire Green with Evil. That's like the first 5 episodes they introduced him in. I had them on VHS. My dad got them for me, I think as a birthday present or something, or my mom got them for me. I can't remember which parent got them for me, to be honest. But yeah, I had the whole set, and Power Rangers was a big part of my life for a long time. And Jason David Frank was always my favorite. For 2 Halloweens as a kid, and once as an adult, as for a funnies, I dressed up as as Rangers he was. And I've always said if I ever could get into cosplay, I'd probably do the White Ranger, but I wanted to lose some weight and not look like a chungus in it first. So, that's something that's on the bucket list, I guess, because I'm never gonna get to meet the guy. My best friend Edwin got to meet him. And Edwin even got me a signed poster, but it's it's cool that I have something with Jason David Frank's autograph, but it's I had this Power Ranger card I was saving. I was gonna get it signed when I got to go see him, and I thought I would get a chance because he's I'm like everyone, I'm sure. I was floored by the way he went out, and the guy was my hero. And I know I'm not alone out there, and I know that this is just I mean, to you guys, I'm sure this is just, something silly or a waste of time. But, like I said, the guy was my hero, and I wouldn't be a content creator without him. The guy was my inspiration for a lot of things. If any of my D&D people happen to see this, the character William that they love so much, my vampire character from TikTok, yeah, William is partially inspired by Tommy from Power Rangers. along with a list of other characters. But Tommy's definitely an inspiration. Um, and without Jason David Frank, there's no Tommy. So it's this hits me way harder. I have spent like 2 days just down in the dumps. I couldn't think to do any kind of content. I was just floored. I mean, the guy was young, and he's still supposed to be here. Like, I can't wrap my head around it. He's still supposed to be here in my head. The guy should be, he should be as big as Stan Lee was when he went. That in my head, like, Jason David Frank should have been like the old guy that was like from the OG Power Rangers when we're on season 155 or whatever of them. And now he's gone. And it just is the same with Robin Williams and a bunch of other people. You really just don't know what people are going through. And I'm sorry if this video is going to ramble a bit. I know if you guys have made it this far, I mean, thank you for sticking around and listening to me ramble while I draw. And probably have to do more erasing than drawing, but I couldn't think of a better way to honor the guy than to make art, because it's the only thing I could really do. I mean, I'm not a cosplayer yet. Outside of D&D stuff, I haven't cosplayed as a popular character to this point. I'm not a martial artist or an actor, really. I mean, I guess you can count, entertaining people on YouTube or TikTok as acting, I guess, if you want to. But, I mean, we're entertainers, sure, but, I don't know, so, and I noticed, like, I saw a lot of people were saying, like, oh, the Power Rangers are hurting with us. Like, yeah, of course they are. You're even seeing people who didn't like him say nice things about him. The guy wasn't a bad guy. Complicated, sure, but he was, but he was a hero to many people, and of course the other actors are feeling the same way the fans do. He was a hero to us, but to them, he was their friend, their colleague. And I do love hearing all the stories, the people who have met him. They all say he was nice, he was polite, he was uplifting, loved his fans, went out of his way to make sure his castmates were safe. That he was always trying to make people smile and laugh. I mean, that's a lot to admire about the guy, just on those things alone. People have said he's down to earth. Excuse me. He, like I said, he was my hero because, like, me and my dad used to watch him all the time when I was little. Literally, the guy was, my biggest inspiration in my life. Like, he even has a character written, like, there's even a character in my book, Unbound the Spirits Awaken. Don't buy it, by the way. It's I have dyslexia, so it is terribly written, but the character Tobias in that book is based off of Tommy Oliver, or inspired by him, I should say. Not really based, but like, and in my head, if I'd gotten my dream casting, I wanted Jason David Frank to play that character. I didn't care how old he was or anything, like if I'd ever gotten like the chance to make that book into a movie or something, that's what I wanted. And so the guy was a big inspiration to me, and he's a big inspiration to me in other ways too, like when I've mentioned guys that there wouldn't be a Ben 10,000 YGO. I mean, the guy is the reason I love superheroes. Before Ben 10, before Yu-Gi-Oh, before it all, it was Power Rangers. They're the reason I love superheroes. Like, I used to watch them, TMNT, the X-Men, all the other 90s heroes, but the Power Rangers were the best. They were my favorite. And above them stood Tommy. And Jason David Frank brought that character to life in a way that I don't think anybody else could as actors go. So yeah, the hearing of his death really hit me, and I just needed to take some time, take a breather. That's why you guys didn't get any content for the Yu-Gi-Oh audience who are going to see this, because I didn't get a chance to tell you guys it's going to be on probably my Geek channel too. But that's why I didn't pay attention to the band list. I was too busy, mourning the loss of my hero. So, and I took the watch off because I don't feel heroic right now. I don't even feel comically heroic. Like, as you know, the Ben 10,000 of YGO is like the funny haha you superhero. But, yeah, I don't even feel that right now. And I know I'm not alone out there. It's been a bit of a comfort to know that the actors, my fellow fans, are just as miserable as I am. He inspired a lot of people, I think. He inspired people to be martial artists. He inspired artists, musicians, actors, content creators. The guy inspired a lot of us. And he inspired his fellow Power Ranger actors. I mean, every 6th Ranger talks about how they're trying to fill his shoes. I've been seeing a lot of that as of making this video online. And those are big shoes to fill. And I don't think that any other actor will be able to fully do that. No offense to any Power Ranger actors. But, yeah. Anyway, guys, this, like I said, I made the artwork thinking because it was the only thing I could think to do and hopefully I showed you guys some pictures and stuff. Anyway, at this point, if you have, if I haven't finished the artwork, I just want to let you guys know, if you need help, please seek it out mentally. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Society tries to tell men in particular that we're not supposed to need help, we're supposed to be strong, and if anyone can hear me when I say this, that isn't true. As someone who's been dark enough to where they've thought about that, where they've given it serious consideration to no longer be here, seek help. The world's better with you in it. And with my hero gone, the world just feels a little bit dimmer. And that means that we have to burn a little bit brighter to balance it out. So, don't listen to what old society has said. Go get help if you need it. And if you have a friend that you know has these problems, seek them out. Okay, guys? I don't know about you, but I think that we've suffered enough. And it's time to end the stigma of needing help. Anyway, guys. This is your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero. And enjoy the artwork or any music that I put on after this. And I'll be more chipper self in the next one. Peace. We cannot see.
guess there are some things we're not supposed to understand. Just look at me. I go through half my life not understanding what's going on. But I know that true friends may be hard to leave, but they're impossible to forget. And even though his stay wasn't as long as we would have liked, we're lucky we knew him at all.
Thank you, Joy.